Alright, perfect. We go again. Resuming, we're going straight into coding. Next time I'll try to make it so it doesn't crash every 2 seconds. That would be a nice change. But you know what? You can't win them all. So, perfect. Alright, okay, we just go. We have IB actions. Who really cares about them? But you go, you tap on the different continents. We pass in some values into the view controller. We pass in which continent it is, which is, oh my god, the naming is horror here, but we have a lot of things. We have a bunch of protocols for the table, which maybe I should do it in a separate extension. That's for one. And we also have which flags to show, where we have a massive just struct with all the flags, just manually typing it out, and we just have a bunch of not called methods, properties with just an array of strings naming each country, and pray to god I haven't misspelled anything here. And yeah, for each country we pass in the relevant one. Now let's see what's happening here inside this VC, because this is where, yeah, it got a little messy with a bunch of statements. But from what I can see here, we import the sound as well. We have a, how does it look in the app? How does this page look in the app is the question. Yeah. How does this look in the app? What do we have when the days? So we have the progress counter, which it's the UI label up here. We have the image name, which we pass in the flag, and we have the text field and the table, which is right there. And just for my own ego, this is Finland. What bam. And that's like, I'm pretty sure Oman, but Belarus, I don't know. Panic. I should have not done that. Back to where we were. That's the result. That's the last page we want to go to. Check out. We're almost done. Longest review this would ever. Never thought this would take me so long, but maybe my code is just that confused. So we have filtered color suggestions. What are colors? What do you mean by color? Colors.filter contains. Pretty sure this is supposed to be flags. Don't know why we've called it colors. Maybe that was a reason. We have defaults again. We have, which bad way of doing it, but whatever. I guess it's not the worst, but we have a which location name, which is horror naming convention from me. Which is the optional string, flag counter 0, current flag, a used array, which is an empty array of string, var find flags. What's world flags? Okay. So it's by default world flag, so we give it a default, but I guess we override it when we pass it through. We go which continent, which is just all the continents besides Antarctica, of course. Don't count at first. I'm pretty sure we did this because we would like double the flags for some reason. The first one would like double. It wouldn't count when it would first load, so we had to like not count it. And the audio player. And here we have a get set for like the value we get from whatever we get. We have it for each country. Continent. Var session. So this resets to 0, I'm guessing, and I'm guessing we're using this value somewhere here. No, we're not. We're using new value. What is new value? Okay, oh right, we set the new value. Okay, trust the process. Scores, where we at? Okay, after all of that, finally to the view that load. Once again, I could probably move the user defaults out. And this is generic table setup. This is me probably losing my mind, printing how many flags there are, and make it so you instantly like go to the text field, become first responder. I'm pretty sure view will appear, and we basically go through the continent here to know which one we should be using when we pass it through the VC, the old screen, if you remember. So we would pass like which continent and it would know. And here we have a switch for which continent, so it would match it and we'll know which one to use for the progress bar. And we're setting the text for it. And then we have a function to reset, which once again just resets the flags, pretty generic. Then we check the flag, which here is the logic to, so we assign it to guess and make sure it's not empty. We remove any spaces because in the answer there's no spaces, and we make it all lowercase. Then we just have a print statement and no special characters, I think. So just replace underscores with that. All good. And if the thing is correct, we provide them with the next flag, which we go down here and we reset the text field. And else, if it's empty, then we do nothing. Fair enough, I guess. And if not, we generate, right, we send them to a failed screen that they haven't made it, which this sends them to that screen. And then result failed. I'm guessing there's 2 results, fail and pass. And for which continent, I guess the thing. Result screen dot the thing equals which continent. Give me a better naming convention. Oh, okay. You see here I reused here with sound. You see, okay, I'm duplicating code here because once again with sound, but we will switch this out when we move to switch SwiftUI. And update values, bunch of waffle, a whole nother switch statement with an if statement as well. This one's to update value if the highest, so if the current session score is higher than the highest score, then set the highest score to the session value score, so we're saying. So if my best time is like 15 and I got 20, then update the score, else just forget it, and then yeah, we'll just remove it. And here for this is for the text field. Tables are a little bit of my weakness, but it looks like we start here. Why did I call it color suggestion? Anyways, must be a reason. Table view deselect. I enough yapping for over 1 hour plus minus trying to fix the screen. Let's go to, I'm thinking right now, first of all, hideous SE. Let's go to an iPhone 14 just for the better views here. And what I'm thinking is we recreate the exact same thing, but we create the lobby screen last. So we kind of work, I want to say middle, then forwards, then backwards. So we work from the continent selection screen, then go through the journey until the end, and then refactor the lobby screen at the very end. When the simulator builds, that is. It would be nice in a world. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so I'm thinking let's rename guess the country to SwiftUI version here. And this, we just want to make this display. Where is that? Okay, so this screen is in the lobby. Let's actually start with the SwiftUI now. So this is this button that we want to reuse. And let me, how to use, quickly Google hosting SwiftUI view in UI kit. Let me quickly find out how it's done so I can remember. Don't you remember how to use hosting? I think it was hosting view controller. UI hosting view controller. Okay, well, let's just try freestyle it for now, and if we can work it out, we can work it out. So new features, let's go new group, and just SwiftUI. My refactoring journey begins now. New file, and we would call this it would be SwiftUI, but it would be let's go for Geo Puzzles. GP will stand for Geo Puzzles, and let's go with selection screen con for continent screen. I don't want to and view, because we're no longer in view controllers. Yeah, okay, perfect. We get rid of that because we'll just run it on the real simulator. And okay, let's try to embed that first. Let's try to make that launch. So let VC equals hosting. Wait, what was it? UI hosting. UI hosting view control, I think, and I think it needs content, which the content would be GP section view, right? Would you complain about that? We also have to import SwiftUI now, since we're using this. Okay, and if we want to present it, and it will be VC and animation true, why not? See if we can get a hello world when we press the button without anything breaking. Okay, good. Okay, good start. Worrying about the rest later. Now, what do we want to do? We want to... I say maybe let's try to create the button component first. I think that would be good. If we can create the button component first. So I say let's dump it all into here for now. New file, SwiftUI, and selection button. Yeah, we can just go to selection button, I guess. Yeah, don't see a problem with that. At one time we do want to resume the thing if it loads. Knowing my luck. Screw it. We'll just... How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. And I think for here we just do a for each of 0 to 7. I want to for value, which we won't use for now. Will you still complain if I give it selection button? You build, but you're complaining, so I don't know how to. Oh yeah, okay, it's fine. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And it just embeds a bunch of hello worlds because that's all this has. So the way this view looks to me, I'm seeing a rounded rectangle with a image as the background, and on top of it we have 2 labels, simply put. As simple as I can put it. Okay. So we do rounded rectangle with a corner radius or size. I'm pretty sure it's radius. I think 10 is a good number, and we do a dot frame, and we just give it a height of can we work out, let's work out the height of that to have it as accurate as possible. What's the height of, I guess I could check for, where would it be? It would be here. Then we scroll and we press on this, and it's so clunky. And if we can work out the height, what are the constraints? 80. The height is 80. Okay. We can work with that. And the padding looks like 16. I think that those are nice numbers to put in. My voice kind of died, but so the height is 80, and we do dot padding dot horizontal because we only want it horizontally, and let's do 16 each side. I think that would be a good size. Excuse me. I'm perfect. Okay. We have the views. Let me think. We have to have them with an image. And then we have 2 text, and we also have to have it as a button. Quite a lot of requirements. So for the button, I'm thinking we can make the button now, and it can be an action and a label. And everything we're doing here is the label itself, right? So the reason we're like, and I'll just comment this out. So here will be the action, and this is the label. The reason we're putting in a button is partly for the animation, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's a better way of doing it. Yeah, it's like clickable, and by default it becomes blue, because that's just the default Apple button thingy-majig. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we want to use navigation link, yeah, destination. So like, where are we going? So view, so I would give it the next view here, and the label will be from here, and I think that would be a better way of displaying it, and code wise too. If we click on this and then go here, yeah, we lose some of the touch, but the navigation should be easier that way. Okay, and back to this. So we wanna put it in a Z stack because we wanna put things on top of it. So we want this at the bottom, and then we wanna put that in a H stack So things at the top are at the bottom layer, and we want 2 text labels. This would be like, let's do like, for example, Europe, and the second text would be like, what would be the second text? It would be the labels, right? So it would say, obviously it would be a label. It would say like 1 out of, like, you got like 20 out of 48 European countries. How many they are? We can put us, I don't know if I want to put a spacer in between. I don't know if it will break it, but you know what? You don't learn if you don't try. And let's see how that looks. If I put a spacer in between. Okay, so the spacer seems to ignore the thing completely. So that's I mean, we can just do a spracer with a dot frame up width and like do like something small right now, like 80, so it will just fit in, but we would do it in a different way. Just need to figure out if like using geometry there, but yeah. And we wanna give it an image, so the image to clip to bounds with this. Like, we don't want it to go over. So what would be the best way to do that? Think, not and think. Think, not and think. What's the best way? But I think as we're doing that, I think we can give it some like like name, yeah, let's say name for now, why not? Continent name, and we just pass in name over here. And we would have let countries. You see, how would I do this without passing in too many things in? Because I don't want to have. Okay, let's just have the name now and fix the other one so it displays each name. So let's make it return an array. Let's think. Struct cont for the continents, and let's just have case. Let's have an enum with each of the continents. Cont list. Let's do case Europe, case North America, case South America, case Africa, case, who am I missing? Oceania? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am missing one more. It is very and Asia. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then switch. I can give them like each an identifier. So could I do like I think I'll go to the drawing board on what's the best way to do this, or if anyone has any ideas, I'll also take it. But let's go with America, north side for this, for the current name. But I want it to take the value of this, alliterate through this, so this would be like continent here, and then I would do like I'm thinking continent dot name to get the name, and then we pass down the name. I think that would be the best way to do it. And then we can pass down the score. Or it might just be a view model, depending how many contents we have to pass down. But I think that's a nice start to this already. Need to figure out how to get the image planted exactly where I want it. That would be another thing I want to do. Kind of my problem. There's like 100 tasks I want to do, and I don't know which one to prioritize. I want to prioritize getting through the journey first, because so far we have the screen, which I should embed in scroll view, and so it becomes scrollable. And okay, that's fine so far. And what would I want to do next? What would I want to do next? Good question, Nathan. What do I want to do next from here? Do I want to get the components to work? Do I want to try to get the flags to work? Should I do a server call for the flags? I don't think I want to do that, because I want it to be so you don't need, so you can play it offline. So you don't have to do any calls at all, and it's kind of all stored. But is there a better way to store what I'm doing now? Questions I ask. Guess the countries. Let's try to get it working. Let's see what the assets. I don't think I've actually shown the asset catalog actually, so it's nice. All right, so we have the app icon right here. We actually don't have any colors in the app. That might be something we do in SwiftUI. We have the backgrounds, which I just ordered someone to do. We have a dark version and a light mode version. So I don't think I've actually showed this, but if I go in here and they actually switch, and I'm pretty sure for one of them, North America kind of blends in, which I never really liked. But yeah, I think it looks really cool how it switches with it as well. You can do Shift Command A for this, by the way, to figure that one out. I think it's really cool to make it work in both. What is it the background for this? It's just black. I mean, it's, I guess, default, right? It goes white in light mode. Yeah, it's not really much there. But yeah, anyways, with the assets, we just have a list of... what am I talking about, a list? We just have a bunch of images here for the backgrounds. We have the autumn, pretty much for each continent. We use this one as the main background. And country flags, this is all done manually. Going through every single flag and just adding it onto the app. Which I'm getting flashbacks with how long it took me to get all of this to work. But you know what, we move. What do I want to do? I guess I want to try to get it for the thing to overlay. This is another app. I think it was for like accessibility, but it just shows how like you can expand images. It was on a public Git repo of how people use accessibility, and you can see other languages. I don't know. I found it interesting to play around with. Anyways, away from that, back to Geo Puzzles, which is called Geo Arcade on the thing. I don't know. I messed up. Need to get that fixed as well. I want to try to get the images to show for this. So let's give it a go. This is how you learn, by giving things a go and failing at them. So it would replace this layer. So how would I want to do that? It would be UI image. I don't forget how do I do images here. UI image creates a SwiftUI image from a UI image instance. Creates a label. I think I want to use UI image. And let's just take one for example. Let's get an image I can use. What's the easy one? I think one of them was called beach. Let's use, which one do I like? Which one do I like? I like snowy. Snowy's nice. Let's just put snowy here and see how it looks like, if it takes the whole screen, if it it's complaining. It's the UI image. Will you not complain if I take a normal image? Will you be happy now? Okay, it accepts the normal image. Forget the whole UI image. Oh, and I guess I want to remove, and I guess just comment that out. Ah, right, because it does it for each one. But it doesn't apply that. Oh, right, because if you have to make it resizable, I think, and then it will listen to the constraints. Otherwise, no luck with that, which is kind of weird. Okay. What kind of game that? Just to make this easier, we can make the font dot, foreground color dot black, and the dot, we can add modifiers on both of them, dot black, just to change the color. And while we're at it, we might as well do the font dot title and font dot title like 3 or something. I think would be cool. See if that looks better. Right, couple things here. Seems too big, so we can make this font too, and we want this, I think it was kind of bold. It was a different font though, so we will change it, but we can do dot semi-bold just for the time being, trying to get something that matches. Yeah, that looks better, and some padding would be nice as well for both sides. So dot padding dot horizontal, and we give it, I think 8 padding would be nice. See how that looks now. Ah, right, because the padding doesn't get applied to this, it gets applied to the overall one. So I guess to counteract that, we could just lower the spacer to make it like 40 or something, cut it by half, or maybe that's still too much. Okay, that's good. Once again, remove this. We gotta use a better way than that, either geometry reader or something. But for now, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. The image though, how to give an image rounded edges, which we can Google on this side. How to give a image. This is why I feared me Googling for half the session. How to give a image in SwiftUI rounded edges. Because what I'm thinking is we just, I guess my solution was to continent it is. I don't know. What was I thinking? This is my game plan. I guess my game plan for this was to like mask it as a shape of a rounded rectangle and then clip it to like a rounded rectangle. But I saw that there was a cool little modifier, the rounded radius. So if this works, this will make it much easier. Perfect. Okay, that's literally perfect. We have the rounded finger effect. It does go to the very top here, which I don't like, so I want to where's the SwiftUI view? Yeah, here. I just the padding dot top, I guess, so we could put a spacer there as well, just like 32 or something, because I don't like how it's all the way to the top. And we should also think, yeah, I think that's way better. And how it's also like scrollable, so it's a little jaggery. Right. Perfect. Okay. Another thing I'm realizing, the images are quite distorted. So this is scale to fit, I'm pretty sure, that we have here, because it's trying to fit the whole image at once here. So what if we do dot scale to fill? Pretty sure that looks a little bit better, a teeny bit better. Yeah, because it doesn't like truncate everything, and we do crop out a lot of it, but I think in the end, I think it just looks better overall. Now I wanna, okay, we're going back to the parsing thing, because I wanna just parse an array of the image names. I guess it will be countries, continents, but each continent would have its background, and I guess that's what I'll parse through. So I guess it would have its own struct, would be the way I would do it. But let's do that, because I think that's the task I've kind of been avoiding here. So let's get on to that. So I want to make a, let's just make it here now, and then we move it to the content. So let backgrounds, let's call it backgrounds, array of, and it's an array of strings. And so for example, one would be called snowy, I've called it. And what are the other names? My bad memory will kick in here. Okay, swamp and river. We have another one called river. We have another one called swamp. And we have mountain peaks, grassland. Oh my god, my memory is not built for this. Okay. Autumn, why did I call it autumn? Okay, grassland, desert, beach, grassland, desert, beach, grass, in a string, grassland, desert, desert, desert or desert, who knows? And we had beach as well. Which one? How did I spell it? Okay, it's only one S. Should have known, but I think there was also mountain peaks, if I don't misspell it, and there was also, oh god knows what was like. Oh yeah, it was the autumn forest, I think. Okay, that's looking good so far, at least to me, I think. So we wanna do a backgrounds.count. Oh, okay, that wouldn't work, but if we do 0, 0 like that, it should count. Must be a literal. If it's fine for now, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I just do like -1? Once again, probably a bad way to do that, but okay. And then, so this will be called background for now. So it will be renamed, but this is my scuffed way of developing, I guess. Wait, if I call background, does that have... Okay, so we don't want to be using snowy anymore. We want to have another let background, and this will be a type of string that we want to pass through. And we want to call background here, go back, and now this should complete. I need to have a bad habit of being half screen. I feel like a bad experience. Basically we're saying we want to pass in a background, right? You wouldn't complain about that. Background dot, wait, no, backgrounds dot, and we could do array, because this is an int value. So we say that so what we're saying here is in this closure, for the background, for the background array, we want it to be whatever the index is on. And that should hopefully work. Yeah. Okay, I misspelled one of them. Okay, we have snowy, river, swamp, grassland, desert. Okay, something's wrong with desert. What did I break with desert? Let's see. DESERT. Oh, did I miss the R or something? Going crazy? That's fine, no? Let me literally here copy the name and then go here and paste it. But that's exactly the same, no? When it builds. Happy with the other ones that are working though at the same time. And also what one thing we should be able to do here is we should be able to switch them to dark and light mode. And it should work fine. Please build. Please build. Now let's see. Okay, perfect. I guess I did misspell it. Huh. And yeah, when we go dark and light mode, as you can see, it switches around to the correct one. So I guess the next thing would be for so I would want to have like a struct or like an array of structs, and each struct would have like the name. Oh right, I could just pass. I honestly, what I should do is rather than passing each of, let me note it down here. Rather than passing down all these values, I should pass down a struct or like a model and use the model in the section button itself. Because then we only pass down one thing, and each thing we need from there we can use that, and that also means we don't have to make like 20 we don't have to make 20 different, what are they called, properties for it. We don't have to call it here and there at the same time. We just call it in one place, one V model, and then we call the items from each V model. I think that would be the best way to do that. Okay, but yeah, this is I think this is a good place to end it for today. We'll see if we'll continue tomorrow. But for what we did, we went through the app, see how it works. And we also built this in SwiftUI, which I'm pretty proud of. It's a little scroll view. We have the component ready. It works in light mode, dark mode. I think for next time we'll build the objects itself for the continents, so we know what to pass through, and it would store its own data. And we'll start going into the flag making screen. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed.